Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting The Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts, and I'm excited to introduce you to a new podcast series in partnership with Lord Fairfax Community College. Having provided higher education and career training for the past half-century, LFCC is tightly interwoven into the fabric of the Northern Shenandoah Valley and Piedmont regions. Join me every week for conversations with current and former students to hear their funny and inspiring stories as we learn about their journey to higher education, the role that LFCC has played, where they are now, and where they plan to go. We'll also talk to current and former professors about their experiences and best memories of LFCC over the past 50 years. Get every single episode as they're released on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab, or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for LFCC Stories. Hello and welcome to The Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Tuesday. As you are listening to the show today, we have pre-recorded this edition of Tourism Tuesday. Carrie, we're recording it on a Tuesday.
Oh my goodness.
We're a Tuesday ahead of time, but we're recording it on a Tuesday.
Yeah, look at us. And outside.
Yes, we are in person, pre-recording outside. You can hear the traffic behind us. You know, this though probably wasn't our smartest choice in 112 degree weather to sit outside and record today's show.
No, I think we picked the hottest day of the week.
But we have refreshments in front of us because of where we are. Tell me where we are.
We are at New Star Market, and we're sitting outside on a lovely patio, terrace type of thing.
Melody's porch.
Yes. Having just gone up to the window and gotten our boba tea and ice cream, it's very refreshing. And I meant to write down the name of the kind that I had, but it has some like ginger and some turmeric.
I'm looking at the little volley things in the bottom, and they're orange, so I approve.
Yeah. I did that just for you. They're mango. They're mango bursting with flavor.
Okay, so when we talked about this at the end of last month's show,
yes,
we were talking about the boba tea, and that's when we decided we were going to come here and record the show. And you were trying to explain what this tea was to me. And I seem to recall you saying something about tapioca balls in the bottom of the tea, which sounded like the nastiest thing I had ever heard of in my life.
No, they're so
But they're
yummy.
Different flavors, and they're not pudding-y.
No, and they're not like chewy weird, you know. Because
that's what I was thinking. Right. That just sounds disgusting.
No.
But now I'm seeing this fun little light drink that you've had. It's got ice. It's got pretty colors. It looked
and it's
fantastic.
got the little bobas at the bottom, and they are bursting with flavor. They have like little bursts
will they
of mango.
Melt, or do you suck them up the straw?
Well, they come up the straw, and the straw is big enough for them, and then you can just kind of break them with your teeth, and they like a little burst explosion of flavor.
Ah, wasn't there gum back
in
the day that used to
back in the 80s?
Burst? Yes, I'm totally showing my age. So I am, more in on the boba tea than I was last month.
It's very refreshing.
But I still got my 2 scoops of chocolate ice cream, because why wouldn't you?
Well, on a day like today. Yes, exactly.
The reason that we picked New Star Market to have our conversation today is we're talking about the country stores that we didn't get to talk about last month because we ran out of time.
That's right. We ran out of time. We had a lot to talk about last month, but we have a lot to talk about this month as well. So country stores is just a topic that I find really interesting, since I was not raised a country girl, but I moved to the country, and one of the things that I've noticed living here is that there are a lot of these little country stores. You don't find them in the main parts of town. You find them sort of out in the outskirts, and where there are sort of communities, but not necessarily the large in-town communities like in Woodstock or Strasbourg or Edinburgh. So these country stores are little community stores, country groceries, or a general store where people who live in the community can come and literally get about anything. It's kind of like the tiniest little Walmart where you can get anything from fishing gear for your outdoor adventure and firewood to motor oil for your car, or
Tylenol for a
headache,
cough syrup in the middle of the night when the baby wakes up coughing.
That's right. So you can get just about anything at a country store. You can get usually local honeys and various other local products. So what I like about the country stores in Shenandoah County, and there are several of them, there are many, and I won't be able to list them all off, but what I like is that they each have something really unique about them. So New Star Market here, just off of Route 55, sort of near Woodbine Farm near the Route 55 exit off of Strasburg is one that has like really beautiful murals on the outside. Like you cannot miss it.
Right.
You can't miss it from like a mile away. And it also has this really great window that you can walk up to and get ice cream and get boba tea drinks. It's so unique. I actually wrote a blog about this for our county website. And if you go to visitshenandoahcounty.com and you can go to travel blogs on there, and then you'll see I have a blog that I wrote called Scenic Drives and Country Stores. And in this blog, I sort of talk about what a country store is, and then I start you at New Star Market. And from there, you can go to Woodbine Farm, which is just a mile down the road, and then come back east on Route 55. And my blog takes you all the way down to the Fort Valley Country Store, where they have like artisan gifts and Route 11 potato chips. And if you want to be done there, you go for a horseback ride down in Fort Valley. I mean, that's just a really beautiful place to spend an entire day.
And we keep talking that eventually we're going to do a
We're
radio
gonna do a
show on horseback.
On horse. Yes, we are. Yes.
I know
We are.
where Fort Valley Country Store is.
Uh-huh.
I have driven by it because it's on our way to and from the cabin
Yeah.
that my husband's family has. But I have not actually ever been inside. He has, because it's also a game checking station. So
Okay.
when he got his bear a few years ago, that's where he had to take it to check it in. So I know he's been inside. I've not ever been inside at Fort Valley Country
It's really
Store.
cute. They have a little artisan corner where they have just a whole bunch of crafts and things from different artists, like right there in Fort Valley. And then they have a great little like breakfast nook. So like locals can swing by, grab a breakfast sandwich on their way out of the fort if you're leaving the fort.
I love that people call it the fort. I just think that's
know.
the coolest thing ever.
It's sweet. It's really sweet. So from there, I've got you coming across the Edinburgh Gap and then heading south on Route 11 to the Fultz store, which is a very best kept secret for their very, very delicious fried chicken.
See,
So-
I did not even know they existed.
You wouldn't, because it's just sort of like a little hidden gem. It's just right off of Route 11. And then from there, you can go from the Fultz store, take Route 614, which is Middle Road, and then find your way up to Ox Road, and you'll find Wholesome Foods. Now, Wholesome Foods you can't miss, because if you look at it from the road, you would think that it's just a distributor center, because they do have a lot of trucks that take a lot of these local products to other places throughout the region. But they also have a little country store within there.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just their distribution center.
Nope, they have a country store there. So it's same sorts of things. They have a deli counter, and you can get different meats and you can get different foods there. They also distribute a local artisan water, or artesian water is I think what they call it, and that comes from local springs from right in Shenandoah County. From there, my blog has you going to Larkin's store, which is out near Columbia Furnace, and they are famous for their pizzas, and they sell Garber's ice cream there. And if you are local, you really like Garber's ice cream, especially the one flavor that is grape nut.
I did not know they had a grape nut flavor. I know Garber's, obviously, because it's Winchester is where I was born and raised, but I did not know about the grape nut.
Well, you need to try
I'm
it.
going to have to go to Larkin's store and get some grape nut ice cream.
I think anywhere where you can get Garber's ice cream locally in Shenandoah County, grape nut is a very popular flavor.
Well, okay then.
You can get from Larkin's store back up 42 through Woodstock. There's another country store, but it's on 42. It's at that gas station, and it's called Cook's Country Store. And it's the same. I mean, it's a
I know about
country
Cook's
store,
Country Store.
except that it's a little bit more urban because it's right there, like in that place where there's all the fast
more of
food
a high
and a little bit more of a
traffic
high
area, yeah.
traffic area, but it still has all the qualities. It has all of the same types of products.
Well, and it's interesting, as someone who grew up in Clearbrook on the other side of Winchester, we had two of those little country stores.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where when Mom was fixing dinner and was out of butter
Yes.
or needed something, that's where you went. It's where we would stop after school to get a popsicle or to get ice cream out of the ice cream case.
Exactly.
My great aunt and uncle used to own the little country store in Brucetown, and they had the penny candy and the nickel candy, and we would take our pop bottles in a wagon down to see Aunt Dot and Uncle George and trade in our
that's
pop bottles for
cool.
candy.
Yeah.
These are really part of our history of our
Yes.
communities.
Yeah, they're all locally owned. It's not like any of them are part of a chain. They're usually family run, and you'll find things like homemade pies, like those little homemade hand pies, homemade pies, cookies, and then basic groceries.
I'm glad that we're featuring country stores. I'm glad that we're here at New Star Market today, pre-recording. The next place I know that you want to talk about are the caverns. I am kind of secretly wishing that we had chosen the caverns because they're a lot cooler than where we're sitting right now in 112 degrees sweltering heat.
That's right. We are a little bit all over the place with this episode, but yeah, I do want to talk about the caverns.
It's the
'cause
heat. We're going to blame it on the heat.
We're gonna because it's gonna be August by the time this airs.
That's true.
And, and that's a really big month in Shenandoah County because we've got all kinds of things going on between the yard crawl and the Faces of Tourism and the Shenandoah Valley Music Festival and everything like that. But, right now I just want to be in the caverns.
Right?
Right. And here's the thing about the caverns. They really are beautiful. It's a really wonderful tour. The people who give the tours are so knowledgeable, and they're so much fun to listen to, and they answer all your questions. I think I've done that tour. Well, we've done the tour together, but I have done that tour so many times, and I still I learn something new every time. But it stays 50, and here's what I know from the tour. It stays 55 degrees all year long.
Yeah.
So if you are out in the sweltering heat like we are right now, the best place that I can think of to be would be down in the caverns where it's a little bit dark because the sun is beating in my eyes right now.
And where are the caverns in Shenandoah County?
The caverns in Shenandoah County are in Quicksburg. They are located at 261 Caverns Road in Quicksburg. Now, for the price of admission, adults $30, senior $27, children's ages 6 to 12 are $15, children 5 and under are no charge. But with your ticket, you get to see all of the caverns and American Celebration on Parade and Main Street of Yesteryear, which are all really, really fabulous exhibits right there on the campus. So
air-conditioned buildings,
and they're
too,
all
right?
air-conditioned buildings too. I mean, the attraction of American Celebration on Parade, alone, I just think is
because it's got the giant floats.
They do have the giant. It's like a 40,000 square foot warehouse filled with parade floats. If you haven't been to see it, you must. I mean, that's just all I have to say about it. I just can't. It's I mean, I'm not going to compare it to the Grand Canyon, but you know how with the Grand Canyon, people are the pictures just don't do it justice.
It's the same for there.
It's the same for there. You can't really describe it.
I'm sensing at the end of August we may find ourselves there recording the September show.
I think you're on. You're on.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. Carrie's going to refill her boba tea.
Yes.
I am going to dump out my melted ice cream. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the yard crawl, Faces of Tourism. We'll get all the details for both of those in the next segment.
Perfect.
Okay, we're going to be back in just a couple of minutes. Hang in there. We're sweltering. Hopefully you're in the air condition. Regardless, we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Got a financial decision to make or a goal to reach, but you don't know where to start? You've come to the right place. Introducing Quick Money Chats with the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program. Visit tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat to schedule a virtual chat with a staff member or trained volunteer. We won't tell you what to do, but we will give you the tools you need to choose wisely. And because Virginia Cooperative Extension is part of Virginia Tech and Virginia State, your land-grant universities, you can be sure that our information is credible and trustworthy. And you'll know that we aren't trying to sell you something. Maybe you want to improve your credit score, or reduce your banking overdraft fees, or even figure out if you can afford to buy that car. Sorting through tons of information on the internet can be overwhelming, and sometimes it can be hard to know who to trust. Schedule a Quick Money Chat and get the information you need to take action. Go to tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat and get financial education personalized for you.
Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Tuesday as you are listening to the show today. It is Tourism Tuesday, Shenandoah County edition. I don't even think I properly introduced you, Carrie, at the beginning of the show because we were so excited to be here and B, just so very hot for our sitting outside. But we're not going to whine about it anymore. I promise. That'll be the last of our whining because at least we're together.
We're having a good time.
And we're having a good time.
And I have a cold drink in front of me.
And you have a cold drink that squishes when you chew on the little boba balls or whatever.
Exactly, and I've been chasing them with my straw for the last 10 minutes.
So in the first segment, you kind of took us on a verbal tour of the country stores in and around Shenandoah County. We talked a little bit about the caverns where we're definitely going at the end of August. Route 11 Yard Crawl is going to be just around the corner.
That's what, that and the music festival are two big events for August in Shenandoah County, and people come from far and wide to see both of those events. So the Yard Crawl, that's going to be Saturday, August 14th is the official date of it. Now, that's not to say people don't start setting up on the Thursday before, and
sometimes you can get really good deals on Thursday and Friday, which to me is crazy because why would you sell off something on Thursday or Friday at a cheaper price that you might be able to get a premium for on Saturday? But
I don't know.
That's just the salesperson.
I'm telling you, people love the Yard Crawl. We get calls to our office all the time.
Where does it start?
The range is from Stevens City down to Newmarket.
So it ends in Shenandoah County.
It pretty much ends in Shenandoah County. I think that it was for a while just Shenandoah County. People are excited, so they just kind of continued. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes for a few miles north of there and then a few miles south of Newmarket, whatever. But ultimately, it's on Route 11, and there's a lot of really nice businesses that have a lot of frontage on Route 11 that will rent space that you can come and bring your little 10 by 10 tent and sell your stuff. The Shenandoah County Chamber of Commerce is the official site for the Route 11 yard crawl. It's not necessarily out of the tourism office, although we love to promote it and we love to answer people's questions when they call and ask about it. But if you go to ShenandoahCountyChamber.com, then you will find that the Route 11 yard crawl is there on that page, and all of the information that you need to know is there.
So the yard crawl's been going on for a lot of years, though, right?
I want to say this is the 16th annual.
Wow.
I know, it seems like it's been going forever, but 16. Yeah. Right.
Can you imagine how many sets of dishes and how many croquet sets and how many beds,
cookie jars and
dressers
end tables and Billy Big Mouth baths.
Are they going to do the scavenger hunt? What's the deal with that? Because don't they do one of those every year?
Yeah, they do, and that's through their Facebook page. So you want to look for the official Route 11 Yard Crawl Facebook page, and it needs to be run by the Shenandoah County Chamber of Commerce, so you'll know you're at the official one. But usually they start to ramp up this idea that there's going to be a scavenger hunt, and then the morning of the official date of the yard crawl, which is Saturday, August 14th, they will put out the list. And usually it's a list of 10 to 15 different items. And if you are on your way from stop to stop looking for stuff, I think the way that it works is that you just sort of take a picture of an item. You don't have to purchase the item, but you just take a picture of the item, and then once you get all 10 or all 15, you upload them to their Facebook page, and you'll win a Route 11 Yard Crawl t-shirt.
So it's kind of like bingo, but you get to find things, treasures.
Scavenger hunt, and people love it. I just think it's really cool. People go out and find those really crazy items, and every year they sort of up the ante on how goofy the items are. We
were talking about the yard crawl before we started recording, and you mentioned the Traipse app that I had heard of because there were a couple of Traipse things that Old Town Winchester had. They're going to implement it for the yard crawl this year?
Yeah, so this is really cool. It's like a shopping adventure sort of another sort of scavenger hunt type of thing. And the way that this works on the Traipse app, and if you want to look it up on your smartphone, it's TRAIPSE, and I just downloaded it to my phone so that I can sort of get a sense of what it looks like. And you can just find your way right to Shenandoah County. There's only one scavenger hunt sort of set up for Shenandoah County, and that is Route 11 Yard Crawl. So starting now through August 14th, you have another opportunity to win a free official Route 11 Yard Crawl t-shirt by visiting any of the 10 businesses that are on that list on the Traipse app. And so those participating businesses are, if you will bear with me while I read them off.
Have at it.
All right. The Buttercup.
Love her.
Divine Consign, Nate and Maine in Woodstock.
I haven't been there yet, but I need to go.
You need to.
That's the only reason I'm letting you list these off, so I can remember where I need to go and what I need to do. So
yes.
Keep going.
Nate and Maine in Woodstock, John Henry General Store.
Love him.
The Home Store, which is down in Newmarket. Forgotten Curiosities. Shenandoah Stuff. Shenandoah Stuff is over there by the Cook's Country Store over on Route 42 that we talked about. Suzanne's Studio.
Love her.
The Virginia Farmhouse.
Love them.
333 Designs. We love her.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Traveler's Treasures.
Love her.
Artisan Avenue.
Have I been there?
Not yet. Oh, I think we stopped by saw the window.
That's right. They weren't open when we were in Woodstock. Yep.
Valley Treasures. We love that. That's actually kind of like a year-round yard sale.
Right.
I mean, different booths.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just bought a great table there. Furry Friends Rescue. It's all there in that same shopping center. Natural Art Garden Center in Tomsbrook. Clementine Vintage.
One of my favorite places.
Yes,
hey,
in
Sue.
Strasburg. Lydia's Clothes Closet. Box Office Brewery. Primetime Meats. And Skyline Paintball. Yeah,
Nice.
and I guess they're adding more weekly. So if you visit any 10 of those places, you can win a
Yard
official
11 t-shirt.
Yard 11 t-shirt.
Now do that Yard 11. Yeah, that's what we're calling it now. We're changing the name of the Rat 11 Yard Crawl to the whatever we just said. Yeah.
Yes.
See, our brains are melting.
I'm telling. I think
That's what it is. I think our brains are melting. ShenandoahCountyChamber.com is where you start to get the information, the official information about the Rat 11 Yard Crawl. What about vendor spaces? If somebody
so
wants...
if you're, this is another cool thing at that website. If you're going to the chamber website, if you are interested in becoming being a vendor, there is a long list of locations that you can call for space. And if you don't want to play any games or go on any scavenger hunts, you can buy a Yard Crawl t-shirt at any of the following locations, like the Edinburgh Flea Market, the Edinburgh Mill, Newtown Commons in Stephen City, Route 11 Potato Chips, Shenandoah County Chamber Office, Shenandoah Valley Flea Market, and the Strasburg Emporium.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. So even if you're just not into any of the games, but you want one of the really cool t-shirts.
Cool. And it is.
So we've got to wrap up, but I want to make sure we touch on Faces of Tourism before we do.
We love to touch on Faces of Tourism. We had such a great time touring Woodbine Farm the last time we got together. And if you go to visitshenandoahcounty.com/Faces of Tourism, or you can register by emailing Brenda Black at ShenandoahCountyVA.com. You can go to a monthly familiarization tour. You can just choose one or go to them all. Each event will include an overview of the tourism industry, the economic impact, and a familiarization tour to a local hospitality business for a behind-the-scenes tour and experience. Each person will receive a tourism toolkit, Faces of Tourism swag bag, lunch, and a certificate of completion. The next one coming up is August 9th, and it is Muse Vineyards, and also talking about the partnership with the Seven Bend State Park.
So you got to email Brenda this week as people are listening to this to be able to get in on that.
Yes, exactly. And you want to get in on that one because it's also going to be food from Flour and Water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's checking all of our boxes.
We are checking all
I know. So can we go inside now? Can we wrap up the show and go inside?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Thank you for suggesting this and for meeting me out here on a sweltering Tuesday afternoon.
It was my pleasure.
I will be back tomorrow. It is the Valley Business Today, and Nikki Gales is going to join me for a live show. I know. Shocking, right? A whole live show that I never do, but I'm doing one with her coming up tomorrow. Meet me back here for it.